What's going on? Tim here with In-Card-Neeto Sports Cards, and today's Sunday, which means it is Food and Beverage Sunday. Yes, dancing cats. Woo! All right, enough of that. It is 53 days until NFL football kickoff on September 4th. So let's look at some football cards, and we've got some cool ones here. I have looked at some of these before, but in baseball form. So I did some Tombstone Pizza baseball player cards in a previous video before. I'll put a link up here somewhere. Go ahead and in the description or up in here somewhere. Go ahead and watch that one after this one, of course. And or I'll leave it at the end of the video. And the link for this video here to check out these cards. But we are here talking about football, so we're checking out some 1995 Tombstone collector cards, classic quarterback series. There is 12 cards in this legendary quarterback set, and there they are. Enough of just looking at the names. Let's check out the cards. So let's open this up. I have not opened this up since I found this on the grand store of eBay. I do like that. I do like the eBay. There it is. Nothing left in there. Let's check them out. That's one of 12. Let's see if they're in the right one, two. They're all backwards, but let's see here. There we go. Is that Ken Anderson? I think I saw. Yes, Ken Anderson. Tombstone Pizza for the Browns, it looks like. Very nice. There's the back. Very cool. Tombstone Pizza. I was going to get Tombstone Pizza to put like in the background or something like that, but they don't do the boxes anymore. It would just be like a frozen pizza and some plastic sitting back there. So I decided not to do that. I wasn't going to have that. But anyways, let me go ahead and thumb through these. These are all backwards, collated backwards. So let's 10, 11, and yep, 12. Good. They're all in the right way, I suppose. All right, there we go. We get Terry Bradshaw there. Nice. These are kind of neat, a little bit different cards. I like them. There's Terry there. Greatest moment in my football career. Standing 1 yard line. There it is. Read the rest. All right. And we get Dawson. I want to say for the Chiefs. Here he is. Len Dawson. Doesn't say. I want to say for the Chiefs. I'm not too familiar with him. And there we go. Dan Fouts for the Rams. There's the back of these. My ultimate moment was making it to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I bet. I bet. And there's Bob Grease. That one's for the Dolphins. Pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I'm normally wrong. When I do say it out loud, I'm normally wrong. And here we go. We get Kilmer. Let's see, who is this? Billy Kilmer. Doesn't even say what, like, doesn't give me a hint. Give me a hint at least, like, what town it was in. There, it could be for the Redskins, or I don't know. Anyways, help me out here. Kilmer, who did he play for? What team is that? I think I'm just sounding dumb now when I have to ask. But there we go. We get Joe Namath. Now that's the Jets. I know that one. And the back of that one. Long-haired Namath there. Is that with the mustache, or is it just a shadow? Scruffy Joe. And we get old Plunkett. Speaking of Joe, I think it's Joe Plunkett? Jim Plunkett. There it is. His old cards are pretty cool. His old cards always remind me of Russell Wilson. I don't know why. It would just look like Russell Wilson. Anyways, moving on. We got Ken Stabler. There he is in the gray. And there we go, Bart Starr for old Green Bay. There he is. And Joe Theismann. There he is. Him and his curly hair. Curly-ish hair, I suppose. And last but not least, we get Johnny Unitas. These are pretty cool. He's playing for the Colts there. And I don't think I did too bad. I remembered most of the teams. All right. No Seahawks. So that was a struggle. A lot of them, no Seahawks, or all of them, no Seahawks. But moving on, we move to the next year of 1996. We're sticking with the same brand of Tombstone Pizza, but we move from cards to POGs. We get the 1996 Tombstone Pizza Limited Edition NFL Quarterback Club Milkcap POGs. I call them POGs. They call them Milkcaps. But if you guys played with your POGs back in the day with the old Slamma-Jamma right there and slammed them down and all that kind of stuff, then you know what I'm talking about. They're always going to be POGs. There we go. We get Steve Young and Michael Irvin, John Elway, Jim Kelly, Brett Favre. There's Jerry Rice, Dan Marino. There's Randall Cunningham and Junior Seau, Emmitt Smith, Drew Bledsoe, Barry Sanders, and that's Troy Aikman over there underneath the fancy pug. And we get Marshall Falk underneath Junior Seau there. And there's the Slammer card. Place a Slammer sticker here. And let's see, on the back there might be a Slammer sticker. Here's the back of them. There's the Troy Aikman stats. And I couldn't find a whole lot about this set to play each, but online. But I assume you had to send off for this. This was not in a pizza box. So, and I did find some stuff on PSA about it. And surprisingly, there's a few of these graded. I bet some of you aren't surprised that somebody graded these. It's pretty much everything graded up by PSA by now. But yeah, what do you guys think? This is pretty interesting. I'm going to put that back there, and there we go. There's that. And some of these cards. We'll just kind of flip through these really quick. But pretty neat. Very awesome. Very, very awesome. I like these ones. And don't forget to go check out the baseball ones as well. So, and there's a checklist on the baseball ones. And it's the end of the video, so it'll be somewhere over here. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Be safe and adios. See you next time.